by me, Michael Parek. Welcome. I'm glad to have you here. This is an inaugural test show, and I'm going to basically talk about some of the things that are going on around the world of AI today, Tuesday, May 13, 2025. Something that's going to impact our world, our lives, families, our businesses for the good mostly, but there'll be some good, bad, and ugly. Let's get right into it and talk about some of the biggest stories today. And the biggest story today is basically the US government putting its full weight behind the AI industry, going to Saudi Arabia. This is Donald Trump, president, who is in the region, visited Riyadh today, a 4-day trip. We'll be going through the countries of Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and a couple of other places, and basically trying to collect money, assets, investments in the hundreds of billions of dollars for AI activities in the United States. With him are accompanying the CEOs of some of the biggest US technology and AI companies, including OpenAI, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Amazon, Google, and many others. And so far, it looks like they've had a reasonably successful first day. TechMeet reports that NVIDIA is committing to deliver up to 1 million of their top-end Blackwell chips to Saudi Arabia and the UAE regions. Hundreds of thousands of chips going to Saudi Arabia, specifically in partnership with Humain, Humain, which is the major AI company vehicle for the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, who goes by MBS. And this is to build data centers in Saudi Arabia over the next 5 years, with the first phase involving 18,000 GB300 Grace Blackwell chips. Now, that's a lot of mumbo jumbo. Basically means these are the top of the line NVIDIA chips in global short supply. The major customers, about half of NVIDIA's business is basically supplying these kinds of chips and infrastructure to its biggest customers, which are companies like Microsoft for its Azure Cloud data center, Google Cloud, Meta, which has a huge data center business, Elon Musk's Grok for his XAI internet company, and now we have another big customer, Humain, from Saudi Arabia. It's notable because under the Biden administration, the rules that had been set would have limited the number of chips that would have gone from NVIDIA to anyone in the Middle East, capped at only a few thousand chips. But this takes it up to 18,000. And by the end of this trip, there will be commitments, it looks like, to provide hundreds of thousands of chips to the region, which would mean at least 2 or 3 data centers that will be in the 100,000 or more chip category. And now that's a significant metric because that is the holy grail. Note that anything over 100,000 chips would mean an AI capex investment in the tens of billions of dollars. And it will take several years to stand these data centers up. And then, of course, make sure that there's use of these data centers from millions of people doing AI queries on these systems and using them for all kinds of things. And each of these chips go for at least $30,000 or more. So that is a big deal. It is a big amount of revenue potentially for NVIDIA, which, as you all know, is already the leading provider of AI infrastructure to the entire AI industry globally. Over 80 to 90% of the chips that are used for AI come from NVIDIA. It is what has made NVIDIA, a $3+ trillion company on par with Apple, are the US's two leading technology companies, along with, of course, Microsoft, which also is in that market cap territory. So that's a notable result of this trip by President Trump in the area. But there were other deals as well, and AMD and Humane also partnered in the region for over $10 billion of AI infrastructure over the next 5 years. And Amazon is saying that they will work with Humane to invest $5 billion. So it's all adding up. I think Trump already said that he is on track to collect over $400 billion in investments, not just for AI and technology. There are other companies in the American companies in the region with him, including, of course, Boeing and a number of the major U.S. defense contractors. There'll probably be 150 billion or more of defense contracts in the region. But many of those defense contracts will also be for U.S. Drone equipment, which of course is AI powered. AI is changing almost how every industry in the world functions, and the military is one of them. And so that is another area of interest and demand in the region. So notable day for all of those reasons. We'll see where the dust settles at the end of the trip once we see more announcements. If you want to read more about this trip, I do a daily Substack on AI. It's called Reset to Zero. It's available at Michael Parekh, one word, MICHAEL PAREKH, Michael Parekh.substack.com. And it's free. And I talk at length every day about AI matters. I hope that is useful, and that is where we will stop for today, and to be continued another time. Thank you for joining us.